This is a closet repair and tape and float. So what I've done here is remove all of the ceiling, tore it down, poked a hole through it and yanked it down. So you can see what's behind the ceiling. There's the reason why I had to repair the ceiling, was because of that hole right there that's in the ceiling, drip water through. You can see some fungus, and that came through, and of course warped the ceiling until water dropped out. While we have the ceiling off, I'm going to go ahead and add another wiring system so that way we can get rid of this drop down wire. I'm going to have a switch on the wall, and you can see the closet and the mess that we've made already. And we're going to repair that with a access door so you can get to the tub. There, I've already done the wiring. I bought the wiring at Home Depot, dropped it down to the switch, bought the parts at Home Depot as well, brought it up, and then as you can see I've kind of now tied it into the white colored wiring is the hot wire, or the one with electricity, and I've tapped into it and then split off the wiring into two additional wire drops, because I'm going to put two recessed lighting bulbs that are going to be controlled by that switch. You can see there I taped with electrical tape. You have to be very careful with electricity. So that I went ahead after I did the wiring, I went ahead and started cleaning the edges of the drywall, because this is where I'll be taping and floating. So you want to make sure you yank all of that previous tape that was there, and then afterwards you're going to sand it. Here is the drywall with a box cutter basically going down the drywall. I was able to cut it, and actually once you cut it like that, you can pop it and it will then remove the excess drywall. This is definitely a two-man job when you are doing drywall, above head drywall placement. Me and my wife renovating the closet. We definitely had a couple dry runs to really know how we were going to put this up there, and then we did it. Because once it's up there and you're holding it above your head, you really got to get it going and be able to screw it into the rafters and screw the drywall in. You want to make sure you mark where the rafters are going to be at with a pencil. When you start putting the screws in, you have a line that you can oops, sorry for the butt crack, plumber's butt. In any case, once we put it in, lifted it up, my wife held it, and then I started drilling the screws, drywall screws, into the rafters. This will take a few minutes, so you want to make sure that you have someone that can, again, have enough strength to hold the drywall up. So we did this, repeated over and over again until you put enough screws that you felt good about it, and then you're complete. So it comes a point where you feel that you put enough screws in and it'll stand up there by itself. And when you put these screws in, you want to put it slightly recessed, so when you are mudding or putting the texture, it won't show. So then I had already measured where the hole will be where my recessed lighting is at, and so I wanted to go ahead and cut that out. So with a drywall knife I went ahead and cut it out, and then with my box cutter I did the fine detail work because you didn't want to go, you had to be pretty exact with this recessed lighting that I had purchased, that it couldn't go over 4 1/8 inch. So with my box cutter, I basically cut it till it popped out, just like that. Yank out the extra piece, I didn't want it up there. Great. And then repeat through the box cutter until it all comes out. Of course, you can see I have my mask and my glasses above head work. All this drywall dust is falling down, falling into my eyes, breathing it in. So I would suggest getting a mask and some protective glasses. And then, as you can see, I went ahead and yanked out the wiring. So after that, we went upstairs to where the leak was at, and it looks like they had put some tar down. And it had finally just wore out, I guess, after all of those years. And so I needed to put a new layer here. So I went to Home Depot and bought basically the repair fabric. And I bought the 1 gallon of tar. So basically I'm cleaning it out, and then after this I'm going to lay down a layer of a good thick layer of tar. Once you do that, you put that fabric, and then you put another layer of tar on top of the fabric, which this is where I'm at now. So I just laid it on thick. So here's what the closet looks like after I had put all the drywall in. You can see some gaps, but with the tape and float, I would take care of all of that. So that's what it looks like. Thanks.